tonight. So I think at this time, it's really important that our student athletes get a huge round of applause for all their support over the years. Give it up for your parents and your support, grandma, grandpa, everybody that drove you everywhere. I'm very excited for you guys. It's going to be a great adventure. Enjoy every minute of it. 2 of my 3 kids play college sports, and I blink and it's over and I miss it every day. So enjoy it because time passes and it goes fast. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Dirks, who's going to talk about our first student athlete that's getting ready to go on and play at the next level. Coach Dirks, give it up.
This is like a thing that I never really expected to be able to do. I coach bowling, for those of you who don't know who I am, and specifically up until last year, I really didn't have a lot of athletes where bowling was anything other than a recreational fun sport to do here in high school. And so the possibility of ever being in a signing ceremony is a very humbling experience for me as a coach. And the cool thing about bowling is that a lot of times by the time they get to me, they're already at a pretty high level. And that's what I got in Dylan. So last year I was introduced to Dylan during our unified season. For those of you who don't know what that is, unified bowling is for our students who have a developmental or physical disability, and they get to compete with other students who are in that level. And he got to bowl with his sister last year, and it was really sweet and fun to watch Dylan and Ashley bowl together as a team, and him being a big support for other athletes in that program. And then, luck of the Title IX, if you will, we added boys bowling last year for the first year. 9 years of just girls bowling. And so that was also another blessing where Dylan finally got to compete at interscholastic level. And so the first time, I don't know if you remember this, Dylan, but I was at unified bowling, and the first time Dylan threw a bowling ball, I think I cried. Because I was like, I'm going to have a good boys team. And he's got a wicked throw and a crazy curve, and he knows how to adjust to the lanes. And so watching him through the season was super fun. But I think the thing that I'm most proud of is that you came back to Unified this year. And wanted to help out with Elijah, our one athlete this year. And because of your leadership and because of how you interacted with Elijah and Bailey and Madison, we've got a really solid team, and we qualified for state yesterday, and we got second regional. And so, Dylan coming back, and he really, I know he loved to bowl, but he can bowl in a league, and he can bowl in tournaments on the weekends, and make scholarship money, honestly. And so he chose to come out and be a part of this team. And so it's just been a blessing to get to know you on a very small level so far. Hopefully with the coming season, we can get to know each other a little bit more. But, and then at one of our meets, Mom told me that Dylan is going to bowl in college at the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis. It's a very specialized school. He wants to be a pharmacist. And so he's going to go out there and have a bowling program, and it's just starting, and he's going to be on the first year of this bowling program out there. So, which is also exciting to see him being willing to go to a school that just by its name alone sounds tough. But then second, to be a part of a sports program in college, because that takes time and commitment. So I think, again, what little I've known of you this year and couple months that I've known you, I think that your dedication to bowling, but also just your integrity and your hard work is going to show through as you go on to the next level. And so I know that I didn't have much to do with your success as your coach, but I'm happy that I got to be a part of your high school career as an athlete, and I look forward to hearing about your success in college. Congratulations. Next, I get to introduce our volleyball coach, Molly Haggerty.
All right, first of all, congrats to all the student athletes up here. I hope you guys just take a minute to just be present, be mindful, and be grateful for where you're at, because it is something that not all student athletes get to do with their families, and so I'm proud of you guys. I know your school's proud of you guys, so congratulations. I do get the honor of getting to talk about Elena Pearson, and I did want to make sure that we acknowledge too just how great and appreciative we are of the support of her family. Kind of a cool, unique experience is that we've been able to have the Pearsons in our program for the last 7 to 8 years, with Elena's older sister, Miko, getting to play with us and then getting to move on to play collegiately as well. So getting to have a family in your program for 8 straight years is truly a blessing, and they've been amazing supporters, and just getting to know their kids. They're just amazing people, so we're definitely going to miss you guys as well. But getting to celebrate Elena is extremely special. She's going to be heading off to Texas A&M next year to go play, which is an amazing program with great coaches, really, really good people, so I'm super proud of Elena for that. She plans to major in biology and minor in chemistry. She has tons of high school accomplishments, but if we can just kind of narrow them down just a little bit, she did make varsity her freshman year and start in letter. She has been first team EKL last year, and this year she was named Defensive Player of the Year in our really tough, talented league, which was an awesome accomplishment. And she now leaves Blue Valley Northwest with a career digs record, and tied for a digs per set and a season record as well. She will be playing this Saturday in the Kansas Metro All-Star game that she was nominated for, and she is up for not just Defensive Player of the Year opportunities, but also Player of the Year as a DS or a libero, which is really amazing. They will announce that winner at the end of that match on Saturday if you guys want to go out and support her. She also was first week of the season this season, named to the Hy-Vee Athlete of the Week, and then just days later, the Spectrum Athlete of the Week. Lots of club accomplishments, being named to the Under Armour Camp Invite list and to Prep Dig Top 150. And some of her most favorite memories are obviously being with her teammates and her accomplishments out on the court this year as well. Just a little bit about Elena, just from the coaches and I. It's easy to look at Elena on paper and her stats, or just come to a game and watch, and it's really easy to see why she gets nominated for all the awards, why people see her as one of the top players in the era, why she gets the attention that she has received. She is the best in the gym, on the court, and in the EKL, not just in our coaches' eyes here, but to other coaches in the EKL and by her club coaches as well. She's well loved by her coaches, by us here at Northwest, her club coaches, and her future college coaches at A&M as well, because of her work ethic, her court IQ, her willingness to always get better, and her attitude. She does whatever it takes to help her teammates, and she cares about building relationships with her others on her team, which I think creates a strong level of trust, team chemistry, and grit amongst her teammates. They will go through a wall for her because they know she would do the same for them. She's easy to love, root for, and trust. And I know I've talked about Elena a ton, and I've talked to her teammates, to her program, to her family. So I want to give this opportunity to her teammates. They sent some stuff in about Elena, and you'll kind of hear the same repeat themes because it's just who she is on and off the court. So several of her teammates wrote in that she is our rock. She is a calmness and reassurance that she brings to the team. It's helpful, and it's such an amazing trait to have. I'm going to miss her chest bumps and her energy after every big play, and her ability to be able to keep us calm in the most stressful situations. I don't know if she knows how much she inspires our team daily. I'm lucky to say that I was on the team with her. The way that she carries herself is amazing. She carries herself with confidence and grace. She's a teammate that cares so much for the success of those around her, on and off the court, as much as she cares about her own success. I'm grateful for knowing that someday I'll be able to walk away from the Northwest Volleyball program, knowing that I had the luxury of walking in each day and getting to play on the same court as Elena. Some of these kiddos will get to play with her at the collegiate level, but we'll all get to witness what she does in the next few years, which is amazing. Another teammate says she just leads the right way all the time. She knows exactly what we need, and she's just as good of a friend as she is a leader. From her future college coach, Coach Bird, she says she has a calm demeanor, but she's an amazing combination of both chill and competitiveness, stealthy and athleticism, and she's the glue that fills the cracks, and she's going to be a program changer for us. We couldn't agree more. She has changed our program for the better. She has done so many amazing things just for her teammates, but definitely now her best friends. Everything you've given, devoted, and done for our program, Elena, and Pearson family, we appreciate you. We miss you already, but I'm so excited to watch what you do, kid. Congrats.
For getting the opportunity or earning the opportunity to play college golf. It is a little weird when we do these in the fall because we still got a full season here to come, and there's so much that we're going to want to accomplish. I know Don's going to want to, as an individual and for the team. We have everybody back. We're excited for what's coming up ahead. But I couldn't be happier for Don. He's done such a great job for us. He's had 2 years on varsity. Last year he was a state qualifier, went to Dodge City, shot 2 rounds of 76 and was able to medal in the top 20. 76 is a good score. 76 in the weather that we played in at Dodge City is another thing entirely. It was challenging to say the least. This last summer, he's done a great job on summer tournaments. The kind of the club circuit, if you will. It's not really called that, but shot a 1 under 70 at Heritage. Shot even more impressively an even 72 at Creekmore. To really start to show that he's ready for his senior year and to get the job done. And he's off to Belmont Abbey College in North Carolina to be a Crusader, and this will be a challenging new step in his golf career. North Carolina is a state with very competitive collegiate golf, so I'm wishing him nothing but the best. I think as a part of our team, Dom's been so important. It's golf. It's not supposed to be a team sport. You go out there as an individual to play the round, and that's true, you do. But he's one of our best teammates. He's kind of a glue of the squad, and it's a tight knit group. There's 8 of us on varsity, and we kind of travel around the state together. He keeps everybody loose. He provides an example of how to work on the game. So even though we're not out there rooting each other on while we're playing, it's during practice times when Dominic really shows his worth to the team and just how much he puts into it. He's improved greatly every year since he's been here, and he came here with a bit of a reputation of being a good golfer already, but the improvement has been astounding. I couldn't be happier for him and his family. I'd say I wish him luck, but we still got a whole season to accomplish. I wish him luck during that, and we'll be seeing him in the spring. Congratulations, Dominic. Appreciate it.
These guys have, since I've been here, this is my 3rd year here, and over the first 2, these guys have been an instrumental part of our success and our progress over the last 2 years. And it shows because we've got 7 guys who have played baseball and are currently playing baseball sitting up here to support them. So they've been, not just on the field, but off the field, tremendous for us. JJ9 is going to State Fair Community College in Sedalia, and he's going to study business. In 2021, as a sophomore, he got hurt in, I want to say it was the first scrimmage that we had coming out of the box, and didn't play up until, I think it was regionals. And I look back on that as I'm putting all this together, I'm going, boy, it would have been a different team with him in the lineup, him on the mound during that time. But we had him back in 22, and this past year, he came up to me before the year and he said, "Coach, I just want to pitch and hit." And I said, "Okay." We don't really have a normal DH in high school baseball, but we'll see. I know he can throw, I know he can hit, but let's see how the bat comes around. So he starts hitting practice, BP in practice, and he's hitting the roof on the houses in left field. So it was like, okay, yes, you're gonna pitch and you're gonna hit. He ended up hitting 4 home runs this past year. 2 of them were probably the biggest swings of the season. One was at the regional championship against Gardner. That put us up, I want to say it was 4 runs at that point. And then he hit another one at the state quarterfinal game against Manhattan. That put us up 2-1. He also threw 24 innings on the mound, earned 3 wins, had a 19-8 strikeout to walk ratio. He hit 4 home runs, so technically he could potentially break the school record for home runs in a career. He's 4 shy to tie the record. He hit 4 last year, so if my math's correct, he would tie the record if he matched that. He also is athletic enough that he could potentially break some single-season records, both on the mound and in the box. So very excited for JJ and his family, and looking forward to seeing your success at State Fair. Congrats, JJ. All right, Jack Kreisman. Jack is going to Central Missouri in Warrensburg, study physical therapy. 21 as a sophomore. He was our leadoff hitter, which doesn't normally happen, especially at bigger schools, 6A schools. So that kind of tells you what we thought of him right off the bat. Leadoff, and then also found some time on the mound, which we knew he was very talented on the mound. Maybe not as talented as why we're sitting here today. So fast forward to 22, he takes a huge step forward on the mound, becomes our dog, the guy that when we put him on the mound, we know we have an opportunity to win that day. He ended up throwing 52 innings, started 9 games, including the regional semifinal game and the state quarterfinal game. He led our team with 69 strikeouts. He only had 13 walks, so for anybody who understands baseball, that's pretty significant. He also hit .324 this year, and was second on the team with 24 hits, and then ended up, I think the wind was blowing out at Bishop Kelly in Oklahoma. He ended up with 2 home runs on the year, both in the same game. I think they were back-to-back at ABs, so that was pretty sweet. In 22, this past year, he was a first-team All-EKL pitcher, a first-team All-EKL outfielder, which in my 2 years, we've only had one other guy make first team for 2 different positions in the EKL, which is the toughest conference here in the state. So remarkable feat from that perspective. He also was a second-team All-State pitcher and an honorable mention All-State outfielder. So I can't overstate what he did on the mound and in the box last year, and hopefully the best is yet to come. He does have an opportunity to break 2 career records on the mound this year. Number 1, needs 62 strikeouts to become the all-time leader in strikeouts in the school's history. The school's been around for 30 years, and there have been a lot of really good arms that have come out of this school. So to be number 1 in that category would be an unbelievable feat. He also has the opportunity to become the all-time leader in innings pitched as well. So again, can't overstate his progress over the last 2 years and where he's at and why he's sitting here today. Extremely excited for Jack and his family and look forward to it. So congrats. All right, last, Easton Wassinger, St. Louis University to study business. As a sophomore, and there's a theme here, all of these guys were sophomores when I got here. As a sophomore, he set the single season school record with a .565 on base percentage, which means he got on base 56% of the time he stepped to the plate, which is more than half, which is just incredible. And then also almost set this single season record for hits in a season, and that was sophomore year. He was also on the mound, threw some meaningful innings for us, actually started our regional semifinal game against Olathe East. But we knew he was going to contribute as a pitcher in 22. He did, but also in 22 last year, He hit 3-hole for us, what I would consider probably one of the best bats in the state, and now coming back this year, probably is the best bat in the state. Last year, coaches and pitchers and catchers worked around him, so he didn't see a lot of fastballs. Everything was moving, spin, change, so he had to adjust at the plate. Still hit 324, still had a 400 on-base percentage, and led the team in RBIs. Also threw 37 innings, and led the team in opponent batting average. So outstanding work on the mound. He was the winning pitcher in the regional championship game versus Gardner. In 21, he was honorable mention EKL as a first baseman. He was honorable mention All-State as a first baseman. In 22, he was honorable mention EKL first baseman and All-State first baseman. So we're looking to get over the hump. I would tell you that, in my opinion, he's been kind of screwed over by the Wichita schools and the private schools as far as stats go. So he should have been a first-team guy both years, but I'll leave that alone. He also, now, we talk about Jack having an opportunity to break some records. We talk about JJ having an opportunity to break a record or two. Easton set the school record for on-base percentage as a sophomore. He now has 4 records that could potentially be broken. All-time leader in at-bats, all-time leader in hits, all-time leader in RBIs, and the all-time leader in batting average, which, again, 30 years of baseball here at the school, and he could potentially break 5 offensive records is nothing short of outstanding. So when I say that St. Louis stole a kid out of the state of Kansas, I truly mean they stole a kid out of the state of Kansas. So congrats, Easton. Good.
Okay, at this time, in tradition, you guys have a piece of paper in front of you for the cameras. What I'd like you guys all to do, and mom and dad look over their shoulder, ooh and ah. And on the count of 3, go ahead and grab that pen. Get ready to sign your letter of intent, even though this might not be the official one you already sent in. Everybody look down. We're going to look at the camera. We're going to get some pics. On the count of 3, help me out, you guys. 1, 2, 3. Give it up, you guys. A lot of these players would love to have pictures with you guys. We appreciate you guys coming today. It's time now for them to get to celebrate with you, the special people that came in the house tonight, their coaches, their teachers, their friends, their teammates. Please go up, find your friends, take pictures of mom and dad have these moments, and thank you very much for coming today.
Oh,
Appreciate
hold
it.
on really quick
Oh.
before